Alright. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the series that features Yorubaland. It's called Yorubaland, but it features the Yoruba culture, which has grown considerably as far as minorities, cultural minorities, migrants, peasants moving this way and the other. But our faith of the Orisha faith has been spreading far and wide now, all thanks to the recent act of having this holy legend. Yes, the holy legend, the custodian of the Orisha holy site, which we've recently created this legend, in which, because we did one. Even though you can't create one because we do own the second holy site, but we made one here recently. Yeah, which had been concluded recently. In which we've recently evangelized the Taberna realm, so it converted vast swathes to Orisha faith. And as we slowly recover the number of total soldiers, so they're fully reinforced, we're going to do some more raiding. Yes, more raiding. So we recently raided those lands and we want to raid more of House land because it's feudal. That area is feudal, so therefore suitable targets. This is clan, which we could easily get into the river, go up river, and raid all over the place there. In which they're on the offensive as they're in the Holy War right now. So there could be some more valuables up there. So they're all clan up there. We haven't really looked much at the whole world's affairs since the beginning of this series, as it's been 10 episodes already, and obviously it's a mess. And even with interest that I look at southern Italy, I know that I've said before that once the Yorubaland series is finished, that my next series will be in Sicily, and I could see it's one hell of a mess. Which, rather surprisingly, okay, I was about to say Greeks covered in Muslim. No, that was the Saldanites. Which, so this is Saldan the First. Yeah, and then I guess at some point they decided to change to Greek culture. Saldan the Second. Oh. So that would be interesting. And remember, in that future series that will be set in Italy, it will feature the Sicilian frontier struggle. In which, at this time of recording, I recorded this on July 30th. So by the time this video is posted, the Sicily flavor pack is already out by then. And you'll see all these features, including me trying them out and try to get some practice in and what kind of ideas I may come up with for that future series of who, what, and where exactly within Southern Italy for that future series. So that's something that got to keep you people, up at your toes of something to look forward to in the future, which will also feature the Roads to Power DLC that's also upcoming. But now, let us focus in 6 years' time, more additional building slots, because what I would like to do is that if there's no room, like say building these trading posts, I would love to build more trading posts, because it can help me make more domain taxes. Every little bit helps. And we got plenty of monthly income now. So we need some help. Oh, there's this. Medium health boost for who knows how long you wish to last. Because it's still here. Very good medicine. Oh, it's going to be around for another couple of years. So the first act should be to, for once, network with the Trans-Saharan merchants. Many merchants travel along the Trans-Saharan trade routes in our territory, so we should take time to network with them. Building fruitful relationships with interested, ambitious merchants can benefit us both. So, okay, networking with the Trans-Saharan merchants for 5 years will give me +1 diplomacy and stewardship. And there will be a high chance that a Trans-Saharan merchant will spawn in your court and offer you a business deal in the next 5 years for as long as the current modifier lasts, or until a merchant spawns. This chance varies depending on my traits, skills, and other factors. For historical context, since ancient times, trade routes have crisscrossed the Sahara Desert, connecting the Mediterranean with the Sahel. In late antiquity, the increased use of camels and the arrival of Islam in this region spurred further growth of these trade networks. Two of the most prized goods exchanged along these routes were gold and salt. Merchants also trade other things like slaves and ivory. So it's time to network. It's the first thing we spend and before we will resume raiding to get more in. It's time to network. Got it. That'll be for 5 years' time. And once we get Ledger, we've got to start getting more of the military tech since there's a big lack of those. So ideally you probably want this, or whichever's closer. This one, and you're done. Almost done. Reinforcing before we go raiding. 1 more month will do. So July. Nasana. Again, he's getting a diplomacy education. Let's begin. I guess you'll have to do, because we don't have a Reaver, unfortunately. And that's another thing that I plan on spending once they return from the raids. And that is to, that we're going to invite more knights. This is a lack of good quality knights. Because, well, I mean, there's plenty of good ones. I mean, in the past, we had some not so good ones. Most of which died of wounds in battle rather than actually killed outright. Hold it right there. Grand Tournament may not arrive in time. Oh, is that so? Well, we can't go faster than that. Especially that there's places out there that's particularly, dangerous. This is all savannah, you know. Yeah, you just don't have any of those buildings that would be suitable for feudalism. So, obviously. Well, we need a new one to get us faster. Even though some of you aren't good, but I don't give a damn. Much better. Because we need someone to increase the speed. While, you know, increasing the level of danger. So we did it much earlier, but what about with Trans-Saharan merchants? Does that slow us down? Yeah, a little bit. Perhaps we may get lucky. Unless you want to customize the route on the way back. Because I like to get up there because there's a royal court there. And royal court over there. Just simply for experience, because all the other landmarks are like very further away from here. It's like no such thing. And plus it's the buy time to have potential, you know, trade deals with the Trans-Saharan merchants. I'm willing to risk it, so go ahead. Make haste. If we get a single delay event, then we're boned. But hopefully we can get some good trade deals in. My journey to Guru has unfortunately brought us directly to the wastelands of Yagba. We were not prepared to undertake this long stretch without a single source of water, and many of my companions have begun to look as awful as dried turnips. I need to do something fast. Yo, he seems less parched than the rest of us. Water found from him. How dare you? How dare you? Hey, hold it right there. You're traveled. Compared to my current caravan master. The Trans-Saharan merchant knows what he's doing. Let's switch it again. That'll get us go faster. We don't know when we'll arrive, but it'll get us faster, and we're about to get into some dangerous country here. It didn't budge. What tournament are they holding anyway? Recital. Well, unfortunately, I'm dull-minded, so not quite good with that sort of thing. So don't even bother, so you might as well recruit. Maybe you should look for someone while you're over there. I'm coming, I'm coming. Ah, very good caravans. As we went along the outskirts of Rano, I see a trail of caravan camels in the distance as soon as we met the stranger. Good evening to you, the worthy friend. Come in, come in. I promise you that what I have in my stall, like Hazeland herself, are for more one they seen. Just as showcasing countless shiny trinkets before my eyes. I'll pay for whatever you wish. Since I paid her who knows how much amount of money, but I can get this all back by learning for stress level. Well, I don't have a trinket slot, so I'll put that on. I really need to fix all these. Get me an antiquarian just so it'll decay a little bit less. You eat it. You're gonna be raiding this countryside first, so head to that. Here we are. Arrived at the site of the tournament here in Nagul. The now and older revelers have yet arrived. Throngs of people wander out of the colorful surroundings, all looking forward to the forthcoming displays of skill and prowess. I'm already seeing plenty of candidates ripe for induction of the ranks of my knights. I can't wait for it to start. But you know, you will not likely qualify because I don't have what it takes to be an adversarial tournament, so I guess I'll just spectate. I'm just here to look for potential recruits. And what better way to find them than perhaps a tent camp? The moment I walk into the camp, I'm greeted by a pungent smell, covering my nose as much grace as I can while trying not to get sick. I'm approached by Rory, holding a handkerchief over his own nose. You should go away, my lord. Contestants are getting ill. Haunted by the bad air, she warns me. Antiquarian, chronicler, and physician. Tripling your pay. There must be an explanation to it. Find it. Finds the cause. Laura comes back to me with a content smile on her face. I found the source, my lord. She announces, trying to contain them. The guests couldn't find a place to dispose their waste, so they resorted to dumping it into the river. The bad air carries illnesses, as Hippocrates' son announced. For 20 years. Why would I tell them? It's their mess. Entrants mill about the main tent, warming up vocal cords and memorized stanzas as the crowd fills the amphitheater. Perhaps my champion, Kabaya, will do me proud. Why not? I'll place a bet. Peering at the boogie of timbers, then lie down, ponder on the stream of odds shots over the million Debutantes. Worry is the recital favorite, 4-1 for Worry. She's a safe bet. While meanwhile, the raiders are on their way to Hazeland. It's so tight at the top, the front runners are neck and neck. Saying a word's out of place is enough to get this crowd groaning despairingly at this point. While some hidden deliveries cause tumultuous applause, spectators stamp their feet and cheers as competitors approach the stage. A feverish atmosphere well underway. There's a few fresh competitors left to go, and even less time. It all comes down to this. One last verse for the Who wins? The trumpets sound, the crowd clamors, competitors begin to assemble, contest is over, and someone's moment in the sun's being readied. The herald steps forward, voice boom across them. After many trials and tribulations, and above all else, a truly spirited competition, we have our final three. In third place, the gutsy Debutantes, Sedwania, coming in close second. Sima Buyama. And that, of course, is our victor. Siva Khadija. Most irritating show of skill. My champion did not compete. The best woman won here. Go to the tavern. Food and drink is abundant during the tournament. To the delight of the attendees, 3 peasants in particular seem to be sharing what looks like an entire keg of spiced wine. I'll get you for that, you knife. Oh, it's Spotter Striker deliberately throwing the stick at his neighbor. Lavada, I'm sorry. The victim covers his face, deflected attack. Help me, Musa. You're on your own now, Hava. That's what it's time to talk about the one big goal. Disgusting. Can find no potential recruits here. I'm out of here. Unable to find good candidates. And the prize winner gets the prize ring. But at least I'm a bit of a turning goer and gained some legitimacy because I actually went there myself. Good to know. Alright, time to go home. Well, meanwhile, it's raiding season. While I go visit a few royal courts before coming back home. My friend died. On our way through, we appear to stumble into a local food market. Everywhere, peasants and nobles of every culture and tongue climb around exotic food stalls. The air is thick with fragrances I never had imagined. My nose is drawn to a lowly stall stacked with a dish I could only dream of. I'm pulled out of my haste by the halty grasp of Captain Sikam of the Dagaba band of Tenkudogu. Do not waste your power this sovereign lord. Bowls and stews of a peasants who have much finer foods on. Can't believe I almost ate this garbage. Shrublands are scarred by war, scattered by with its victims. In the camps of its agents, the conditions are terrible, and our encounters of soldiers frequent. I begin to feel weak, lagging behind the rest of the party when normally set the pace. There's something wrong. Oh, thank you that the court decision is still with me at this time. I entered my chambers, it was followed by an air most foul. Stetch's order was ajar in her hands. A mixture of cow's dung and herbs for poultice. When warrior proceeded to smear it on my chest, I almost retched. At the end, the poultice turned out just what I needed. But now the worst of my symptoms were alleviated and the world seemed a little brighter. They're gonna get there first. Okay, they're not going that way. But it's open season for me. And that's just for starters. Okay, they are raiding there. Though unfortunately, it doesn't seem we're getting any. Ah, here it is. So, 15 gold, that's it. I mean, whatever keeps us going while we try to get loot from any means. Raid's not complete, but they're fighting each other. Thank you for your service. We just interfered in somebody's battle. Unfortunately, it's going to go to them. So, go raid somewhere else. Peasant Revolt. Independence. You have acquired much land, huh? And now you want independence? Perhaps we can talk out of this. I'll even raid you up there too. So as I said, can we talk about this? No, we cannot talk about it. There's another realm. Savalu. In fact, the entire western half of the High Kingdom wishes to leave. This spells trouble. We have to go back now. This can't not wait. We have to cut the raid short. I mean, there's actually still time. Unless someone else joins the faction, then we're practically in deep, 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 deep trouble. Go! Now we're rivals. Because didn't like me so much. She'll probably join the Independence faction too. I recently became aware that rumors in the council are my dynasty's renown, with Overhaul being spread about my capabilities of managing my realm. After a cursory investigation matter, I was unable to pinpoint the guilty council, but I suspect that he's behind this scheme. So, I lost more renown than I gained in this life. I mean, I can't watch over everyone. I'm trying to think about the recovery time of reinforcing vassals while we raid parts of here and parts of there. And while I'm strolling alone, lost in my thoughts in a small remote corridor of my struggle, I pass by to Mecca, who greets me with courteous institute, good evening. Barely paying attention to this. I advance a few more paces when I hear a rustle, someone moving quickly behind me. I turn my head and only see a dagger held by Mecca. His eyes filled with crazy hate, coming directly for the base of my neck. A guest who's a lunatic. Only luck can save me. Having lunatic or possessed characters in one's court can carry some risks, given their unstable state of mind. As you are attacked totally unaware, neither your prowess or intrigue can mitigate the final outcome of this unexpected attack. However, if you are paranoid, your chances of survival are better, as your mind's always on high alert to dangerous misgivings. While I have very low intrigue and not so good prowess because I'm ill, taking advantage of my illness. So only luck can save me now. So there's a 20% chance I escaped unscathed, 10% wounded, 10% severely injured, 20% brutally mauled, or 40%, which I'll likely get killed at this point. There it is. very, very unexpected turn of events. Uni Timidera of Lower Niger has crossed the door to the world of spirits at the 38 years of age. He was murdered by Chiameka Orchi, a keen and dedicated hunter. He loved to spend entire weeks in the wilderness looking for the most elusive game. Is that so? Now, Uni Sunfumi ascends to the throne. Having admired many skills, he is sure to be one of our subjects. He's only 14, but we do not know if he's dull or even delicate. This man, he was a paragon of virtue and distinguished. Fought in 3 defensive wars to keep the country together. But now, this is a dangerous time. A very dangerous time. While I've inherited a few titles, but the chiefdom with the passing of my father, the responsibility to lead the vast hiking now falls upon my shoulders. I stand before my vassals, adjust my new crown, and widen my stance. Oh, the things that I will accomplish. Long live the Uni. And I inherited some wealth that I've collected during my service as the vassal to over there. But it is a dangerous time now, as the army is on the move to here. So we suggest that you head to here. But at least we got a good commander on our side, even though he's a very different man of a very different faith. Long live the Uni. So, everyone who worked with me here in Courtiers, in 4 months, I'll be in EPE. So, my brother and the heir, he now rules Benin. Patient just, so he's more virtuous than I am, but he has a tendency to be rather wrathful. But for me, I'm a rightful ruler, but however, below expected legitimacy of all vassals, unfortunately. And there are those that wish to break out, but we're not going to give that up without a fight. Actually, switch over. Because you got much better stewardship. Not trust you. You were a rival of my father. You hated him. The rivals, and of course need someone I could trust. Protect me from potential assassination plots. I do not have a rival, but this one could be a potential rival. And our regent here is my friend. So we've learned to trust each other over the years. Well, actually, let that history tell you. When did we become friends? We've been friends for more than 5 years. But I'm on my way there. It's just me and the others who served me in the court. High travel safety. Accordance with game rules, especially with someone who just passed on. Too many held duchies. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're right. Too many held duchies. Regent, friend, you get to have Dindi. And you want to say? You got your say. Get it? I'll keep this for the time being. Gives me these. Despite the lowered control, but give it time. If anything bad happens to me, my brother, Domine, will be ruling Benin. He's currently ruling Benin, but eventually the High Kingdom if something happens to me. Well, meanwhile, the raid continues. Oh, these are mercenaries. Yeah, Zama's a good event. I guess that must be from another area. There it is. Hard. Yeah, it's just recently, so at least I don't have to pay them an upkeep, but at least there's something to be around. So at least we got mercenaries. Meanwhile, okay, factions disband, but now they are calling for the dissolution. If the dissolution of the High Kingdom were to happen, then everything that we work for would be aught for nothing. And then we'd start over from scratch. So I wouldn't despair just yet. Because they're divided on. It's like. But nothing has happened to me on the way back, on the way to the capital, where I was originally born and raised. They're calling for the dissolution. Well, good. We should have enough. Hold on. How much was that? 262 gold if you want to pay them more to be around longer? Mad. Madness. You got 11 months. To there. While resting, Charles, we were resting when Commander went to search for some water. Seems really thirsty. Didn't have enough water to sail up in his water skin. Unfortunately, we realized too late that the water Commander drew looked like standing water. Many are aware that standing water, such as those found in marshes and wetlands, are often dangerous for drinking. Perhaps he was too eager or thirsty, so wasn't thinking straight. Anyways, I was already feeling a little sick. I know some herbs that can help. I have the learning skill. All thanks to my imaginary friend. Yes, I have an imaginary friend. That's a permanent modifier. What a childhood this character has prior to, you know, learns a lot of things, so due to his imagination, got a trinket of his own. Carefully craft the registry of notable places of worship and dignity with surroundings. herbs. I know some herbs that can help. Reincarnation. He's a reincarnated figure. He is said to be the reincarnation of his grandfather, Nana Bata. Could at least try to sway him. And gift him a little painting. Because I have the prestige. Just to try to at least make one of them back out. Thank you, Demara. I'm here. Well, I'll keep the mercenaries at the ready. Damn. You could still... Well, no, it's been changed once, the policy. Keep that well in mind. Although people don't like me because I have an imaginary friend. It's the reason why they decided to come up with the idea to destroy this realm. Destroy the High Kingdom. Because they don't want someone like me to rule. While giving, you know, areas like Benin and Songhai and a few others independence. My friend Orishadara has been nagging me about my behavior all day. Seems our arguments finally come to a climax. I've noticed that you're acting more and more ambitiously. Don't you think it would be grow to be a barony if you were content instead? Get rid of my ambitious trait. If I choose to get rid of that right now, I would lose the +1 of all skills. Maximum battle roll and desert runs. No, I'm perfectly happy with being ambitious. Still a few months away. The drunken antics of my court chaplain have been the subject of court gossip before. The lady, she's taken it on a whole new level. Getting drunk by mid-morning, passing out in the castle courtyard, stumbling to the tavern in the afternoon, waking up in the stables to hangover the next day. Their degenerate behavior is embarrassment to all those who reside in Hilefe. Oh, excuse me. Sober up in the dungeons, will you? We need a new chaplain. You are not as good. Very powerful vassal. And his chancellor. Who are you? Assyrian. Where do you come from? Well, probably serve my court at some point. Well, at least someone who does a better job. Okay, you know what? Switch over. Get out of here. and bring the Assyrian in. Revoked your court position. Dreadful behavior. Culture accepts strong beliefs. Yes, I understand all that. But stick with us. Stick with me. And yes, I've been having quite a bit of a dreadful behavior lately as a teenager. But you understand I'm doing this for the safety of this realm. Got your daughter, grandson. Perhaps intimidating a few of them may make them back out of that faction. That's what the High Dread would be for. It's a good idea in theory, but I don't know if it's going to work. We'll raid there. Last place. The jackpot. And then after that's done, get back to the border, disband, and then recover. So we'll be bringing in lots of gold and plenty of prestige. You're gonna be alright. Unfortunately, the terror I inspired on others turned against me as the direct consequence of insidious action from someone who decided to get rid of me once for all. As such, a while a night, an empty alcove of my stronghold is lost in my thoughts. I'm viciously attacked by a mysterious, dark figure that swiftly approaches me in the shadows. I'm immediately certain his objective is my utter and final demise. Fortunately, my bodyguards closely and offer significant protection. I must fight for my life here. This event might happen if your dread is higher than 14, while it is very rare when dread is low, less than 20. It will get more comedy or higher the dread is. If you have poor intrigue, less than 8, oh yeah, or poor prowess, which I do not, you suffer a penalty on your chance of survival. If high intrigue or high prowess, you gain a bonus of chance of survival, depending on your skills. Higher the better. So I have a 22% chance that I would die, 35% chance that my bodyguard dies. The bodyguard saved my life. He was a strategist traveler. She was my bodyguard, excuse me. She saved my life. So this requires hiring more bodyguards now. Or at least another one. But unfortunately I'm not too well liked in some circles. You'll have to do. For the time being. But again, it's the dreadful behaviors why everyone is against me. And repair this spear. Also these court artifacts. Don't care about this one. How much? Oh my god, that's expensive. This fine throne could be repaired for only... God dang it. You know what? This thing's good as gone, so just break it and get the money out of it. Why is that even there? Just destroy them before they expire so we can get some money out of it. We can fill all these slots at a later time. This is actually going to last a little bit longer. So yeah, you might as well do that. Like, if you're just gonna sit there and let it rot, you might as well just destroy them and then you'll get some money out of it. But, however, you want to make scale armor, legendary throughout the world. How much? Yeah! No way. Okay. Are you not crowned by the Uni? All you have to do is ask. If I crowned you, then you'll look at me more favorably. Don't worry about me and my imaginary friend. Let's get out of here. To the friendly border, then we'll be back. Daughter and heir, brilliant. That's all you can afford? Very well. Three months. As I grow up, I find myself more bound to my word and honor, keeping my oaths towards other people or institutions, and generally striving to be true towards everyone. This rigid, demanding posture leads my personality to gravitate towards a loyal profile. I have pride in my new trait. This lowers my intrigue more, but it increases my diplomacy, and hopefully any other loyal characters will be happy with me. And at least it'll help with the diplomacy a bit to increase their opinion, and brought back lots of loot. Okay, you know what? Stop being a raiding army and get over here. Get over to the so they could be, so it could start reinforcing, because this is about to happen quickly. We're not disbanding them anytime soon. And knowing how deadly these wars can be, shit. In this case, raise the army. And stop. We just need these people over here. Just join up. The rest of it is levies at this point. We have to accept the fact that there's going to be a big conflict. This area, that area there, that part, and this part. It's mainly these areas are the ones that's going to rebel. And we'll use that money to extend their contract for 5 years, because that's how long this war could potentially take. I wish I could lead the troops, but I'm not at that age. Any time now. Here we go. I will not be threatened by this. We tried everything. So we know It's them that were safe, those independent-minded folk. You're the same one who rebelled once, right? Long ago? The savage by a lion. Anyways, she became a ruler, and then yeah. Yes, you previously rebelled some 12 years ago, and now 12 years later you're doing it again. Do your worst. That's what we say. They're gonna band together, and we can call upon one of my allies over here, who lives just next door. Yeah, we shall seek another ally somewhere. Oh, I forgot. This land was inherited. This has half-sisters from there. At least it's connected by the sea. I'm looking. For potential allies in nearby realms. And unfortunately, there's Muslims up there, as that faith has been spreading downwards a bit. It's a long way, you know. If you're looking for potential allies, just try to look for areas that isn't too far from here. Betrothed. I have a real bad feeling about this, you know? Of what's happened very soon. You're not betrothed. Although you're ill, but how about this? Why not to me? In fact, the better question... Oh, wait a minute, I'm already betrothed. Ah, so that's how we have our alliance. Never mind. I didn't see that part. All the more reasons why the diplomacy education to have, and then should start being a diplomat so we can have a negotiated alliance of others. So we are in trouble. We do have one ally, and it's nearby, and that's that. Loose gravel underfoot crackles as costs and I trudge through it. It brings to mind the craggy exteriors of buildings across them. I want to build something, but so clearly share my thoughts. We should construct something here in this garden, a model of some kind. Immediately starts scanning our surroundings, looking for materials. As Costa scampers off towards nearby stack of wood, I ponder more on the nature of our activity. Build what precisely? Perhaps a large city. I would like to have a great diplomacy education. You're our only ally. And they are massive in numbers, and they hired mercenaries to further bolster their numbers. Out of the way. Army needs to be resupplied so we can be ready for the long haul. Because they're going to be on the offensive. And we don't know their commanders that much. But we do have a few good ones. Captain Kona and Adoke. Cautious, open terrain expert. But advantage is 19. But however, we do have someone that has aggressive attacker. At least we couldn't take them on. Just wait for friendlies to get over here before we start making our moves. This one's a non-factor. Oh no. Get out of there. You're outnumbered. Nearly over 6,000 strong. They can't escape. Alright, we're ready. Let's go take this jungle. This would be an ideal place to hold, because not only, like if we were to take that area, and while they are over there, we could take this area and we can hold this side of the river, and if any attempt to cross this major river would be deadly to them. We just gotta have faith in our abilities. And I have to sway every one of my councillors, lest they turn against me, which is likely. Because we're badly outnumbered. I achieved an understanding of diplomacy that far exceeds any of my peers. Even though I had a natural inclination towards the subject, my mastery of it is still an achievement. As I take my first steps to adulthood, I find myself reminiscing about some of the people who have made an impact on the man I've become. The friendship I shared with Kakoya meant a lot to me when we were both young. To still have him by my side means a lot. I wonder if Kasa remembers the things I put him through when we were young. Woonies in with me, you are the man now. So, Grey Eminence. Plus a diplomacy. So we should have foreign affairs focus. You got to keep the diplomacy very high. That would be your best skill to stabilize the realm in the future. And since you have +1 marshal, you're not good at being a commander. But I think it should have this, in case if we do lose the Dissolution War and the entire realm is destroyed. And then the reclamation of these lands would be the main focus, as reducing the cost of it would do. So that would be ideal. They're gonna get caught. Yeah. Advantage them. They're destroyed. Now the patrol is made official. Sorry that you're gout ridden. And choose to travel there. Don't get caught. Unlikely, but you get the idea. We are in trouble. Our companions lost in the jungle, but managed to find a correct path. She picked up the traveler trait. That's good. Hell. Oh my goodness. 4 level 6. I didn't see that part. They're ready for this. Well, at least they're besieging over there, so that'll keep it busy. Now remember, as long as they don't take our capital, they can't win the war at this rate, so at least we're keeping them busy. It'll take 13 months, of course it's, oh my god, 22 months. With no allies, but just only us. As I firmly believe, the only way we have to win this war is to make sure they stay on this side of the river while we keep it to our side. For forests and jungles will be our defenses. And not a moment too soon. Whatever challenge it may be, if we can hold on for another couple months, we need to find an ally, and soon. Because we're horribly outnumbered by them. And our mercenaries maintenance cannot last long. For this amount of years that we've put the money on. And they got many, many knights with them. Which would definitely hurt us. As I said, it's likely that we may lose this war, but at least we have to give it an effort. I've inherited some land and on Yari. Oh, good. It was one of the rebelling vassals who decided to become ill, and I've inherited a lot more of his wealth. Ah, excellent. That will keep the maintenance for the mercenaries going. And plus I do have the domain limit. But the problem is, this is a wrong government type. That's feudal. I said that would keep us going. Brilliant gemstone. I don't need that. Destroy that. We need to maintain this amount of wealth. And I don't need that either. Get rid of that. So those who were sided against them are now getting killed. Child was not meant to be. Man. Not everything can go right. Now I'm over to the domain limit. Ah yes, I can hold temples, but the thing is, what the hell is that? What good is that gonna do? Give it to someone who cares. Go ahead. So basically, it's all of the lands in there is the rebellious part. Despite the cultural differences between us, they tended to be the most rebellious. We know they're going to be on their way to us soon. And that's going to lead to some problems. Occupying our allied territories isn't going to do much for them if they don't take our capital, which is the way they win the war. So they're stalling for time. Unless they're going out by sea. I didn't think about that. This will buy us time. Being raided, but I can't do anything about that. This place needs to fall, and soon. They're coming to us. I didn't know you're still the regent. I was supposed to dismiss you. Thank you. Tell you what. Cannot extend until... Oh, 5 days. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll extend you one more time. And then, unfortunately, we can't find any more mercenaries that would be cheaper, as many of them have already been hired by others. And we're at a terrible disadvantage here. Because defenses, starvation, and they're starving too. We're not starving, but we're undersupplied, and so are they. They're not after us. Now they're besieging Benin. Well, they could take our territory, but this was just going to buy us time. Well, I'm just straight, so I can't be doing looting. I step out of my tent and rub my eyes. Siege camps for phone. A cacophony of tents and banners and smoke rise from numerous cook fires. Flags and standards in the fluttering fading light. Shouts and cries ring through the damp air. My low retainer approaches and informs me that the siege is ended. I gather my bodyguards head to the edge camp. The tribe of Ida stands before me, a disordered pile of rubble and debris. Empty supply carts laid gutted and burning everywhere. Stray dogs pick the enemy's corpses clean. Grieving widows wandering their faces and empty hands. And looking for direction. Now. You may not like these suggestions, but I'm just. Look, if you want to go after them now, while the owner is slightly in debt, army supplies running low, they're in our territory, we have better of everything. we could defeat them out there together. But enemy reinforcements may make a difference. The mercenary captain will be going in first. And plus we're up against hostiles of who are, you know, of very different faith. Actually, some of them are Orisha, so that may not help. Okay, we'll probably win. We'll decisively. Okay, they're turning away now. They've realized the error of their ways. Reinforcements are here. We have massive advantage. Okay, here's what happened. During this first part of the battle here, it was a slaughter. Still ongoing. So, our court chaplain, who just got maimed, one-eyed. I didn't know you were a kinslayer. I would have arrested you for that. Our knight was also maimed, but we've captured these men here. Lots of them. Left only survivors. And now there comes some more. And we're gonna get rid of them too. And catching another one of the knights. This was a great victory. Their movement is locked. They're coming in. Great advantage over them. And we've captured many more knights. We saved the realm. But the question is, can we maintain our independence? Which I have to get you to sway on our side here. Split up. Stay here. You resupply. We have the most fortified area that is on this side of the river. So let's resupply and reinforce. And get a couple more reinforcements if you can. Some good fighting men. Over here. We must maintain our independence. For once, I will focus on my lifestyle and realm management. So personal focus, which will increase the vassal limit, much more monthly lifestyle experience, and legitimacy gain faster. Because if you want to keep your country together, you've got to be seen as a true ruler. So let's do that. I'll make that investment. Are you going to take that capital, or are you coming to us? That's our best option, because they tended to be well fortified here. In fact, this is so well fortified as walls and ditches, which indicates that they have that, and we don't. That tells you what they're like. They're defensive, intensive people. They're not backing down. Yet. As the consequences of current state of warfare in my realms abroad to pass a long time of all types of different martial characters. Most of all, my marshal. And this time, I may be able, if I choose so, to experience the intricacies of warfare planning and thus the real possibility to increase my martial skill. Of course, there remains a focus sim, so it will not bring a penalty in others as well. Oh, by the way, I never got frailty or dullness. Let's immerse in the martial world, shall we? Depending on my traits and luck. The expertise I gained from mingling with the military world and warfare conditions might make you suffer in other skills. For you to avoid this undesirable outcome, your chances go up by being calm, patient, diligent, shrewd, quick, intelligent, genius, and having a military education or military lifestyle. Well, I don't have any of these as far as I'm concerned. I'll say by immersing yourself in a military type system in order to better warfare conditions you're currently in, you regrettably lose touch of matters of intrigue that are presently out of your attention orbit. Unfortunately, the effects are permanent. So that's a trade-off. +1 martial while intrigue down. Oh, not again with the poisonous rumors of those who want to hurt my prestige. So I'll say, let's contain the damage done due to my high diplomacy and I'm ambitious. So this option is available because you're either gregarious, diligent, ambitious, which I am. And release the diplomacy at 12, oh yeah, a lot more. Attempt to influence positively the people involved. Besides stated consequences, chance based on your diplomacy skill, the higher diplomacy lowered the chance. And diplomacy education lowers chance further. That every courtier, guest, and vassal of yours, at least spectacle of the good intrigue, will be disgusting with you. 11% chance that I lose the prestige and didn't. Head to Benin. Of course, vassals with poor opinions. You gotta be careful with them. I can't watch over all of them. But perhaps after this war's end, people will look at me more highly. Well, meanwhile, my steward, who's also the leader of the Independence faction, I'm trying to get him to back out of that. Grand wedding. Where is that wedding of yours? Well, their independence war is a good. I mean, by the time I get there, hopefully we'll back out of that. But must I travel? Must I? Okay. Okay, we got a very good caravan master who can get me there faster. But however, it's dangerous territory. So, see to if you can. Well, give me Trans-Saharan merchants as I have a much better diplomacy now, so there's a better percent chance of getting more of these deals than it was in the past. And pack some extra food while you're at it. You don't want to spend too much, especially during this critical time. So let's go. I will be away. And there will come a time that we gotta network with these merchants again. Haven't we seen that master tree before? This is where we're going in circles, Kara Master shouts. Perhaps she's right. We've seen no sign of getting out of this forest in ours. But we're still, even in Ogbomoso, a dense tree makes it impossible to tell the time of day or even the direction we're heading. Well, find someone as the local guide, so we recruit this man here, who's infirm and melancholic, but he knows the way. Follow Igba, he knows the way. Journeying through Shabe pass by particular looking tent split over as yet a particular looking occupant. Like, I know many uni, can tell you many miles to go. But I'll be ready with your travels for a modest price. The strange man picked the interest montage. Am I willing to pay for reading? Come experience the future with me, wise one. You are 78 years old. You've got a lot more. You eat it. Good for you. 10! Haggle! No joy. Don't overdo it though. You got your prestige. All we need is some good stewardship gain to help you out of this. It's just a bit of mold, and I gained ill. I'll manage. Grim smell of bubbling textures and mashed as assault my senses. I make my way through the physician's workroom. She looks up from the action that she is preparing. Time is coming, Lord. I know several ways to treat your cold. If I may be so bold, I may recommend a alternative treatment. The choice is yours and yours alone. It will not be pleasant. During this time of crisis, I'm willing to try new things. Go ahead, do it. Martin instructed me to step in an empty tub and let me undress in private. Her turn was held by a loud bah! She was followed by a servant and a half dozen goats. With a deft hand, the servant proceeded to grab the goats and slit their throats over the tub, one by one. The stains on the floor would not go away. My mind must have been altered, twisted by some dark trick. I would have never agreed to this willingly. The memories haunt me. What the hell happened to me? No, it's just I got really stressed. So I'll say, this will not happen again. You understand me? You don't do that. You strange person. Over the mountains, one foot after another. I slowly move forward on a narrow mountain trail. Suddenly I hear a rumble and quickly silent scream. Shocked by the commotion, I whip around. Instead of Wari behind me, there's only an equally befuddled, tired-faced Jindi standing in front of the freshly turned rocks. Where is Wari? I demand to know. My voice barely escaping my jaw. My response is a faint whistling of the wind. Oh, no, no, no. She's the best one we had. Listen, I'm sorry, okay? Sorry that I chastised you. We'll save you. Me and the entourage will attempt the mountain rescue. This is very dangerous. Many will perish. Wari was not found. She died. Oh, no. Oh, she was the Antiquarian, physician, and court chronicler. Although the last part, I don't think we need that as of now. Wise man, you joined us. You helped. You're the new physician. And who's going to be the new antiquarian? You too. Okay, you do double duty. Elrisha World was shocked to learn that my vassal didn't follow them. Oh my goodness. Oh. Unable to wait for things to get down, constantly harrying his age service. While scandals among the elders are nothing new, it's discarding for once took her so close to home. Condemn her for his transgressions. We need a new one. But we cannot until many years. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, he's the religious head. Not religious, but he's a vassal who owns the temple. Okay, okay. Sorry for that misunderstanding. There's the enemy, but it's too late for them. I'll enjoy the wedding while there's a... As my body sat distrained by an unknown illness, I feel ever worse and I cannot leave the bed anymore. Unfortunately, melodies run its course, and I die one afternoon, surrounded by my loved ones. May I rest in peace. Different illnesses in the Middle Ages, while proper treatment were frequent cause of death. Those damn goats and that physician. You know what? I don't regret losing that one, but... Hey! Wow. Uni Simulfuni of Lineages finally found peace at 18 years of age. He died from being ill. A man not to be trifled with. He embodied the dignity and power of his title like few rulers can. And now, Uni Akadomine ascends to the throne. Having admired many skills, he is sure to be admired by his subjects. He had a lot of potential, that fooled me, but now we can never get it now. He was set to keep the realm stable. But now we will have this man who rules, in which he was also the ruler of not just Yoruba, but also Benin. Out of Benin. So if we only ruled for 4 years during the period of this war, which is about to come to an end. But now things are going to get worse before it gets better. Now I must leave for Benin. I'm sat at my table about to break my fast, but all hunger is nothing. Something feels amiss. I know it's to be true when I see my caravan master, Chinde Song approach. My Uni, a messenger arrived and I believe Graves news. He says something. I'm afraid your brother's Uni's me died from being ill. He was in Yendi when he perished. A sick adult, my lord. He did not deserve to die so far from home. Long live the Uni. Not betrothed. And once again, he left no heirs, as this is some sort of sick curse that's fallen upon Odudua. But listen, as good as, when you get I think for once you should have stewardship education. And I will be turning 16 in a couple of months. Now you just gave them an excuse to, yes, I've had some tyranny. And if anything bad happens to me, then my half-sister will be the one to rule. In which she's rather bossy. But she's more forgiving and gregarious. Keep the stewardship education. I do not have the blessing. It's like, yes, I tended to be wrathful, as that's part of my natural dread. But I'm just impatient. I mean, I liked having this, so at least we can give these away now. These can go. Anybody who's kin can be landed. You are the bastard child, so you get to have this. Not a legitimate member, but you get to have it. And this title that I have, this is yours. Have the High Chiefdom of Kakal. Although that would probably anger her further because she would probably want this land. But I don't want to give her more power. And this isn't going to please her with this. So independence is likely while we have settled the matter down there. So I have to look for a betrothal in another area. Which of course that's of great difficulty to try to find one who would be willing to care. Daughter of who's only 2. Will not accept because patrilineal marriage. If it was matrilineal, you would accept it. Coward. Spouse region. How about this? Will not accept. Distance is the only thing that separates us. Again, it's too late at this point to try to even please him. Independence will happen. So I suggest that you will sway him. Targets at 4 now. But at least give it a try. We can please him a little further, then I should be betrothed to him. Otherwise we're going to be on our own here. But war's about to end soon. I never had this on display. Oh, there's a good reason why. Sometimes I wonder, why do we even have that? Might as well destroy that as well. Actually, no. Give it to someone who might care. Oh, hell. This ugly bastard. I know you are sick now, but hostage. Would you settle for an albino? Will not accept. Oh, you dislike me very, very much. Zealous. That's why. I'm just shaking my head. Just shaking my head because I'm practically, one would think, screwed. Okay, about this then. Well, not accept. Running out of potential allies. Okay, you know what? Okay, find someone with alliance power. At the least. Savalu. Oh, this is a way to stop them. Because there's another one that joined. Savalu's the independence. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. This is the way to end the potential independence faction. Yeah, we can stop that now. Just by under 1 month. Now listen, you may not like me. When you marry me, you and I are going to get along. Hopefully. Because the man who is of different culture, different faith, we don't see each other eye to eye, but this is the only way to stop them from forming a faction against me. So this would definitely get them to back out. You just done saved the High Kingdom this way. I hope that this illusion war ends. I gain legitimacy and I gain more dread. Watch your back. He's a nice guy, so he gets to go. I'm almost home, hang on. Okay, so it's these two won independence. This other one is from Dendi. So basically, nearly all of Songhae. And we're going to be alone on this issue. At least it delayed them for 2 months. How much am I willing to pay you to get you to drop out? Oh, and also, would you like to... Here's a little painting for you, that's one. Also, I have this... Let me see, as far as money is concerned. 7, 5. Of course he can't equip it, and he's a vassal. Here, not going to use that anymore. I'll do whatever it takes to get you to get out of this. This would help. And I'm not going to give any more. Last chance to stop the faction independence. And let us recover. 2 weeks sent ultimatum. As we were filling the levies, we got them to stop just in time. Oh. Yeah. You solved the crisis. Hosting a grand tournament over there, at least that'll keep them busy. Yeah, you did it! You did it! To blindly chase a wild creature, launching arrow after arrow, or spur in front of futile last. Onyekachoku, my renowned knight. Beasts can be cunning. They sent the stalker on approach. They scattered before the hunting pack. It turned violent when cornered. Raided down Courtiers and knowing them in the wilderness well. And once the horn is sounded, never relenting. Most skilled of hunters is her. In her company, I am coming to know the ways of Oldomar's creatures and the ways of outwitting them. I become a hunter. Guess that's due to her being influenced with that hunter trait of hers. Or is it due to the fact of, if I remember correctly, you and her primary may gain a hunter trait every few years. Ah. I see. We're in need of prestige, and that's what the Grand Tour is for. But that's only if we can get the realm kept together. Which we'll have to do that in the next episode. Don't spend it, just have a look. Wants to write about diplomacy. How much? 50. Fair! But don't you know I should save that money for a Grand Tour? You know how much that costs nowadays? I mean, have a look. Take it. Oh, right. With the help of... I finished my education in the arts of stewardship. Despite everyone's high expectations, I did not achieve much. My results left a lot to wish for. Thinking back about childhood, I realized I never truly connected with anyone. As I saw others playing with friends or whispered about love, I never experienced things as up. I'm certain the coming years will lead to new friendships and opportunities. Indulgent wastrel. I got the worst. I received education stewardship to study the flow of money. Unfortunately, the flow seems to go only one way. And I do not have the diplomacy, but perhaps it's for the best. Do have decent martial, because I'm a bit wrathful, but same as it was. But now, we just barely kept it at bay. Chess is becoming increasingly popular, even if I don't play it much. It wouldn't hurt to have a cheap chess set around to practice my chess moves. Some may decry chess as a waste of time, because who would bother staring at a bunch of poor abstract representations of armies moving back and forth? Still, if I'm good enough, I could impress some people, or at least be able to socialize with many others who play the game and talk about strategies and tactics. There are some artists nearby who could produce one such cheap chess set made from local wood if I want. Yeah, why not? I'll buy one such chess set. This should be fun. It isn't particularly pretty, but this chess set does the job. After all, it doesn't matter how beautiful one chess set looks. What matters is one can play well. Up Marsh's skill a bit. Use that for future reference. One of my knights was able to enter into one of those contests. Oh, again. You're no longer regent. As my rule officially begins, I'm betrothed to this person in order to keep them away from joining factions, which is perhaps it's for the best. And my half-sister, Lord bless her. I do know a thing or two about stewardship, so how about I educate you? Not to mention I have pretty good learning, so despite my low education, it's good. Even though the domain limit isn't going to get me anywhere at this time. But now, Grand Tour we mentioned before. You know how much this costs nowadays to visit every single one of you? Like if you want to go on, visit all of them, with the exception of that, because that's too far to my liking. And of course, due to trouble, we can't get the luxuries. But if you want to bring in more, there's that. Yeah, you could barely cover the costs, but I would also love to bring the Trans-Saharan merchants in addition of mercenary guards to keep me safe, and so 260 is the magic number. So is there anybody else that wants oh, don't worry about that yet. I've received word that 10 of my minor officials in Uminji have formally resigned at their positions. It appears the chief official in charge of them is very corrupt, and they were unable to do anything about it. And their attempts to reach out to me were foiled by the chief official's minions. However, I managed to hear about these resignations, and the word on the street is that the chief official is very nervous about how I'll react to it. Ugh. Oh, damn it. I'll take this hit. Honestly, I couldn't care less about what's going on. Simply can't afford it, and cannot afford to lose prestige at this time. Oh yeah, nobody's created that bitch. You see, a courtier contracted that? But it's not here. anyways, if you want to get out, well, give me the money and I'll do the grand tour for the next episode. Raise a little bit and then it'll be worth my while. Oh, my poor sister. Bloody flux. Fever, delirium, severe abdominal pains made or expel blood in latrines. Oh man. Future is uncertain. Death lingers closely by her bedside. Yet not all is lost. She might survive. Luck might be on her side. Only Ori knows her fate. This is the enemy I cannot protect her from. If she dies, I get to inherit this land here. But I have to give away all of these over there. My culture's discovered public works. And very soon, get to have ledger in a few months. City planning is next. Oh, that's brilliant. That's definitely helpful. Alright. She's doing alright, but however, the question is, would she be reinfected again? Is crew. Plenty of plague resistance. It's still out there, but can't be guaranteed if she'll be reinfected by it. Yes! Can't wait to build a trading post just to get more taxes, because that's becoming a bit of an issue for all these lands here. I got to get barracks. That seems to be the ones closest to it. Alternatively, get it over with and get city planning. Because we would love to have upgraded versions of these. See this? Love to have an upgraded version of this, just to get more of this. Especially for the supply limits, it's another good reason during defensive wars like these. Someone else has joined Independence faction. Oh, they got the power now. Well then, we must be ready. I was shocked when I caught my sister trying to steal from the travel test of the visiting court traveler. She confessed that she thought she could get away, but now she knows it's wrong. Honestly, it will serve you best in the long run, child. You get your diplomacy and your stewardship. But don't get reinfected, please. You're so ungrateful. I gave you a gift. Maybe it's because I didn't punish that corrupt official. One would think that says, you know what, that doesn't. But we know in actuality, they just happen to have more levies than usual. And that presents problems. Or just simply give it to her. She wants this land, and she'll get it. That would definitely bring her back out of that faction. So there you go, now you solved it again. She didn't even have to give him money. Or gifts. Now let's just hope no one else joins. She wants, Elissa? Elissa? Where is that land you speak of? Ah, yes. But it does not belong to you. Strong hook. Good. But you know what? I think a grand tour will be likely now. So we shall do that in the next episode. Oh yeah, since you're a feudal vassal, you're allowed to do that to me. I patiently wait on my throne for the arrival of someone who will soon announce an usher before me. She kneels in deference, offering nothing but her oath and faithfully serve as a vassal of the High Kingdom. Though it's clearly practiced Yoruba vows, she mispronounces several sections, humorously changing their meaning and leaving my courtiers stifling titles. Well, good effort. It's not an easy language. You heard of legitimacy. You know, she hated, my predecessors. And I'm sure there are those who will probably want to get rid of her as much as I do. Because I'm sure she has enemies with it. Not, but they'll definitely won't look at her eyes. So I said, do you have any idea what you just said? But, however, that's an unjust thing to do. So you gotta think justice. So just say good effort. It's not an easy language. So. It would be seen as favorable in the eyes. So we'll stop it here on July. There we go. You can forget about this thing now. So in the next episode, we're gonna start a grand tour all over the realm to every place that I visit. Bring your Trans-Saharan merchants and some mercenaries with you, because I don't know if I'll survive in the next episode, as my predecessors, one was murdered and the other died from being ill. And my sister almost survived this deadly disease that is no longer present there, which is good. So the question is, for the next episode, will I survive the grand tour, or among other dangers? We'll see in the next one. But until then, so long for now.